when you were in Portsmouth, what did you used to do during your time off?
Well, we didn't have a lot of time off by the time we got home at night, but, well, of course, we were always at cinema. We went to cinema at least once or twice a week. We were in the cinema. And dancing, we used to dance down at either down at the Savoy down in Southsea, and we used to walk home at night from Southsea, and no sorts of, because the buses stopped running late at night, no sorts of being mugged or anything coming home at night. I just walked home. In fact, I have at times, my feet have been so sore with dancing, I walked home in the stockings, took the shoes off. But, and then there was one at North End, what was it called now? I can't remember the name of that one. We used to go there sometimes. And of course the big one, every fortnight we had one down at the officers' mess, down at the barracks. Because Grandad was there, you see. And
that's how you met him?
No, my
your
father.
Granddad, oh right.
My father, your great-granddad. Yeah,
right.
Your great-granddad. So we used to go once a fortnight down there, and then we used to go to Port Ball, which is very posh.
So this was all kind of ballroom dancing, or?
Oh, ballroom dancing, naturally.
Charleston?
Charleston, yes. Well, no, it was a bit late for the Charleston, then Charleston was a bit earlier than that.
Did you used to
when I was in my teens, I was the Charleston queen. But,
were you?
But no, it was more proper ballroom dancing.
Like
waltzing, tango, all the rest of it. But that was by the 30s. The Charleston was in the 20s.
Yes, yeah. So what did you wear? Did you have to...
Oh, long evening dresses, yes,
really?
And evening jackets, and
So even
I had a lovely evening coat made out of curtain material.
I was going to say, your 50p a month did you well, didn't it? A week did you well with your ballroom dresses and your foreign holidays?
As I say, I always kept my commission for my foreign holidays. You see, so by that time I was earning £1 a week. You see, so, and of course it was only about. I think the better seats in the cinema were only about 9p. I think cheap seats were 6p. I think we used to go in the 9p, be posh.
And splash out.
Splash out in the 9p.
So what kind of films, what were your favourite films, do you remember
seeing? I
remember
Greta Garbo films, Camille and all the rest of it. And
because weren't you in love with Rudolph Valentino? Was that earlier on?
Well, that was earlier. Valentino was again
20s.
A bit earlier on in the 20s. Yes, yeah. Oh, that was chic. That was his. Oh yes, everybody thought that was wonderful. Of course, to see it nowadays, it's hilarious. And what others? Well, of course, there were all the Charlie Chaplin films and Buster Keaton and.
I love Buster Keaton.
And Harold Lloyd. He was the one I used to like. Harold Lloyd. And can't remember. Oh, of course, there was Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford, and all the rest of them. Yeah, I remember all those. We used to go across to the. There was a cinema. Well, about where Safeways is now. It's called the Regent, and that was a real old cinema. With the red velvet seats and the marble staircase going up to the upper floors and all the rest of it. Oh, it was wonderful. So they pulled that down and built shops there.
So the cinema, would that always been busy? Did everyone go?
Oh, everybody, yes, they were busy all the time.
You didn't have TVs, so...
No, I mean, you had to, nearly always had to queue up to get in because they were so busy, yeah. We used to go towards the end of the week usually because I suppose we were too tired during the week by the time we finished work and got home, had something to eat. It was nearly time to go to bed.
So, when you went to these dances, how did you learn all the dances? Did you just pick them up from each other or did you have lessons?
Well, when I was very young I had lessons. I used to go to ballroom dancing lessons.
Where was that?
I can't remember. Somewhere down in Southsea. But I don't think we went for very long because once you picked up the basics, you soon. I think the basic ones was tango, the two-step, and foxtrot, and the waltz. Really, once you knew those, you were sort of set for life. Oh, and then of course I belonged to the other dancing. You know, it was more like your modern dancing, really. And
what was that then?
They called it the Dancing to Health.
Oh, right.
Dancing to Health. It was two sisters ran it. Tina and Eileen Southwell Pierce, and they had a studio down in Southsea. But normally we met. We used to meet at the Blue Lagoon, you know, at Hilsey Lido. I don't think they called it that in those days, but we used to meet up there. And of course we used to go around a lot. As a group we used to go around doing all sorts of entertaining, all sorts of places. We used to Guildhall, we used to be packed and we entertained there. Because the Guildhall wasn't the same then. They had the ballroom and then there were tiers of seats above it so that the people who watched were watching us from above.
Right.
And we used to do things where we'd form thing and open like flowers, you know, one at a time.
Like Busby Berkeley.
Yeah, that's right, that sort of thing. And and we'd go to places like the St James's in the Grand St James's, and various other venues. And actually there were lots of us, there were about 200 when we all did it together, but they had 16 of us who used to go to other places, you see.
You were the A-team.
The A-team, yes. So there's 16. Sometimes there was 16, sometimes there were only 8 of us, but we used to go around to the smaller venues, you know. But when we did the big venues, I don't know that they'd all come, but there were about 200 in the group. And I think the most memorable occasion was, I think it was King George V's Jubilee, 25th Jubilee, would it be? Yes, I suppose it would be. And of course they had all the celebrations, as they always do for Jubilees. And the big celebration was at Pratton Park, in the football ground. And there were all sorts of things. There were military bands and all sorts of other things. But we had our dancing display. It went on for a whole week. We had to go up there every night for a week. And on the last night, on the Saturday night, it was absolutely packed. The place was absolutely crammed with people. And we were doing one dance with red, white and blue garlands. We had these long garlands of flowers that we'd made. We all got together and made all these long garlands of red, white and blue flowers out of paper, you see. So we were dancing with these garlands. I don't know what we were doing, all sorts of odd things, you know, with these garlands. And in the middle of it all, down came the rain, thunder, lightning, goodness, and it was terrific. I've never seen rain like it. It just came down and shot up again, you know. And the people in the stands and that were shouting, take them off, they're getting soaked, take them off. But we were brave and we went on to the very end. Of course, when we got back, we were all red, white and blue.
All the colours run.
All the colours, all down our faces and all our blouses, all our down our, because we had bare legs, and red, white and blue all.
Very patriotic.